Most people don't reach their dream, not because of failure. Most people don't live their dream because they give up. You see, it's not the failure that stops us, but that most stop at their first failure. Those who succeed don't stop at one failure. They don't stop at 10 failures. They don't stop at 100, 1,000, or 1,000,000. They say, this is my goal, and I will do whatever it takes to achieve it. I will learn the lessons from any failures. I will learn faster. I will work harder. I will work smarter. And I will not quit until my dream is a reality. That's the difference between success and failure.
Failure is a massive part of being able to be successful. You have to get comfortable with failure. You have to actually seek failure. Failure is where all of the lessons are. You know, when you go to the gym and you work out, you're actually seeking failure. You want to take your muscles to the point where you get to failure, because that's where the adaptation is. That's where growth is. Successful people fail a lot. They fail a whole lot more than they succeed. They extract the lessons from the failure, and they use that, the energy, and they use the wisdom to come around to the next phase of success. Gotta take a shot. You have to live at the edge of your capabilities. You gotta live where you're almost certain you're gonna fail. The reason for practice. Practice is controlled failure. You're getting to your limit, getting to your limit, getting to your limit. You can't lift that, you can't do that, until you get to the point that all of a sudden your body makes the adjustment, and then you can do it. Failure actually helps you to recognize the areas where you need to evolve. So fail early, fail often, fail forward.
Failure makes winners stronger. Failure makes winners hungrier. But it makes most give up. It makes most feel worthless. Winners don't enjoy failure, but they would never let failure stop them. Next time you encounter failure, you got to remember every great thing on this planet is here because the Creator learned what did work, but learned more from what did not work. When we are kids, we don't stop at failure. When we first learn to ride a bike, it's failure after failure. We get knocked down time after time, but we get up and push forward until we achieve our goal of riding the bike. But then we get old, and most of us get weak. We are too soft to get back on the bike. We come up with excuses. It must not be for me. No, you just soft. No, you just lazy. Tell yourself the truth. Get back on the bike. Learn why you failed, and make sure you don't fall again. Make sure you are stronger for having the lesson.
You know, it's always a little bit frustrating to me when people have a negative relationship with failure. Fail early, fail often, fail forward.
You're here right now at this moment because tomorrow you want to be somebody greater than the person you are today.
When I look at people, I always ask the question, I say, man, tell me what Nike stands for. They said, oh, Ink, that's easy, just do it. I said, tell me what Adidas stands for. Oh, Ink, that's easy, man, impossible is nothing. I said, now tell me what you stand for. When people look at you, do they think excuses? When people look at you, do they think victory? When people look at you, do they think that's a person that's going to give me everything they got, not on some days, but on every day, and it's not going to be predicated upon if I feel like it, because I think we all know if we only worked on the days when we felt like it, none of us would get much accomplished. I'm talking about the real level of commitment, not the commitment that falls in line if everything goes right. I'm speaking of the commitment that says, I am going to stay true to what I said I would do long after the mood that I've set it in has left.
See, most people, ladies and gentlemen, are stoppable. Most people, all you have to do is tell them no. All you have to do is make it inconvenient for them. All you have to do is make it difficult for them, and they'll stop. See, when you go to get your goal, don't think that all you have to do is think positive and everything's going to work out okie dokie for you. When you go to get your goal, you are sending a telegram to Murphy's Law to visit you personally.
You thought you was just gonna have a dream and a goal, and you were just gonna wake up and just walk into the sunset. You're like, dream, boom. It don't work like that. You have a dream, and then life punks you. Life punks you and say, do you really want this? You're gonna lose friends. Do you really want this? Do you really want this? Cousins gonna abandon you. People that you used to be like this with gonna think you bougie and don't wanna deal with you. It's a part of it, but I paid too much. If I was gonna quit, I would have quit in the abandoned building when I wanted to commit suicide and take my life. I should have quit when I heard my voice say, your mama don't want you, your daddy don't want you, take your life. I got through that, so why I'm gonna quit over an F on a grade? Come on. And so I'm telling y'all, you have come too far to quit now. You have invested too much to quit now. You have lost too much to quit now. Don't cry about it. Don't whine about it. Get a reward for your pain.
And so by being committed to everything that I started, I finished it. It built a certain type of spirit. It built a certain type of mentality. It built a certain type of individual. And so now I couldn't quit even if I wanted to. I couldn't stop even if I wanted to. I had too much sweat equity in my life and everything that I was doing.
You're too close to quit now. You gotta take another lap. You gotta take another lap, because you never know. This might be the one. You can't stop because you're tired. You can't stop because you got your feelings hurt. You gotta take another lap. Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. You're gonna make it. You're gonna do it. You got an unstoppable fire. Come on, take another lap. Don't you stop. Don't stop walking.
Joseph saw his end when he was a teenager. And Joseph believed his end so much, he started talking about it. Let me say this to you. You don't believe it until you start talking about it. And let me tell you something. You can always tell when a vision is from God. It makes you look like a fool. If they believe you the first time you tell them, it's not from God. Because the end is always so amazing. Every vision only has one believer first. Sometimes you got to convince your spouse. It's like Abraham and Joseph. Let them be convinced. But once you've seen it, it takes over your life. And Joseph went and told his daddy, I saw myself sitting on a throne. You and all my brothers were kneeling before me, and I was sustaining you. I'm the youngest in the family, but I'm going to feed everybody. His brother says, are you crazy? If they don't think you're crazy, it's not a vision from God yet. His father says, son, if that's what you see, I believe it with you. He put it in his heart. And then Joseph's brothers couldn't handle the dream. He tore his clothes off. They threw him in the pit. I imagine Joseph in the pit, looking at the dirt, looking up, seeing the sky. It's dirt. And Joseph decided to sit down in the pit. And Joseph, the Bible didn't say about his attitude. He never got angry. You know what I believe Joseph did in that pit? What I want you to do tonight. Joseph sat in that pit and Joseph said, you know something? This is not what I saw. Listen to me. If what you see is not what you saw, then what you see is temporary. Tell your neighbor, this ain't what I saw. Glory, hallelujah. Keep holding hands for a minute. So here you are, working for someone. You got to go back to work on Monday. I want you to go to that job and smile. Have a good time, walk in and say, good morning, everybody. How you all doing? And they say, why are you so happy? Tell them, this ain't what I saw. Yeah, it's called temporary employment. I know you're going back to a house, and maybe even it's close to foreclosure. You know why God sent me here tonight? Just to tell you this. The reason why he can let them foreclose on this one, because this ain't the one you saw. Yes, I know your church is in that storefront. But that ain't what he showed you when you was on your pillar. So tell the people, let's enjoy this place while we're here. This ain't what we saw. But we're on our way to something greater. Let's enjoy where we are, because this is not permanent. It's temporary. Ow! Oh, yeah. Some of y'all came here and you wanted to give some money so bad tonight. You say, oh, I wish I had $1,000. And God told me to tell you tonight, yes, I know you wanted to give it. He says, but you got a little difficulty financially now. But this is not what you saw. Joseph sat there, says, I saw myself on a throne. So I'll just relax. Keep holding hands, please. Oh, listen to me. When I went to Egypt for the first time, we went to the Sinai Desert, an excursion. My wife and I, it was amazing. And they showed us how the Egyptians used to keep their silos in the desert. And my guide said to me, he says, you know, there's a merchant road that runs from Egypt all the way to Syria, all the way through Israel, up to Syria. And he said, that's where they used to bring all the trade down from Syria to Egypt and Africa. And he said, do you remember Joseph? I said, yes, sir. He said, well, you see, when the brothers took Joseph, are you ready? And they took him to the desert and they threw him in the pit. He said, it had to be one of the pits right next to the highway where the merchant caravans would be coming all the way down from Syria, going to Egypt to do business. He said, and they had to have thrown him in the right pit, right next to the highway. Oh, Jesus, have mercy. He said, it was the right pit because it was the pit that the caravans had to pass. And when the brothers saw the caravan, they took him out of the pit and sold him on the side of the road to the caravan. And I thought, that's amazing. He was in the right pit, next to the right highway, because the free transportation that he needed to take him to the throne was coming that same highway. I've come to tell you that even you are stuck in a job, it's a pit. Somebody is on the way coming to pick you up, to take you to your destiny. They're going to take you